Okay, okay. So, as in the monthly salary, they'll pay you that.
Yes, yes,
Okay, okay, okay. Um, because they have too much work, like the workload is too much, so like they're asking that they
yes,
asked your help. Okay, okay.
yes.
And what about a new employee? Haven't they hired a new employee like as of yet? A new employee in
Um,
your place? Somebody in your
mm,
place? Haven't they hired anybody to replace you?
because they haven't hired
Okay, a new
new
person
employee
employee.
yet. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I think they should because they can't rely on you forever because at some point you are leaving, and so I
Yes.
think for their sake they should look to hire somebody as soon as
Yes.
possible. All right, as soon as possible.
And
That's required to be
yes.
honest. I was
Yes.
quite surprised because you said your last working day was probably the 14th of April or 13th of April, and so when you said to you're like you said you're busy with work. I was like, did can't get new job already like quite fast. I thought you got a new job. Like it was kind of surprised.
Yes.
I was like, wait, so since the 13th was the last day of your working, like you're working the last day, right, for this company. So today, like when I said what's a message, was like, teacher, I'm busy. I was like, they can't get a new job again quite so soon. Like I was surprised. So in this case, I think you'll have to put you have to put on hold, right, your applications because you have to complete this month and then apply for other companies. So for this month,
Yes. Yes.
okay, okay. So for this month, you have to
Yes.
kind of keep on hold, like just keep it aside,
Yes.
and then apply
Yes.
again in the coming month. Yeah, what to do.
Uh,
It's a bit unfortunate,
oh.
but
Oh. 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 Teacher, I'm unlucky for this week.
why is that?
Uh. Be- yeah. Because I have a traffic accident yesterday.
Oh my God, you had an accident
Yes.
yesterday.
Yes.
Like was it minor or major accident? Was it minor accident or was it very like kind of a dangerous accident? Like was it very minor or was it major?
Uh.
Was the accident
Minor. Yes.
minor accident? Okay, okay, okay.
Minor. Yes.
Excellent.
And
Thank God, thank God.
I I I was driving the motorbike, and
Okay, so that's
I
the bike.
I I I see the car that run g- g- red light.
Oh, okay, okay. So
So
basically
so
the car. Yeah, 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 okay.
yeah,
So the
yeah,
person in the
so I
car.
yes,
Wow. Okay, continue,
and
continue. Oh my God.
I crashed into onto the car.
Onto the car. Okay, okay. I mean, but that's the car's fault because
Yes,
he kind of jumped the red light. He's supposed to
yes,
like kind of follow the traffic rules, right? So he should follow the traffic rules. However, since he kind of
yes,
jumped the red light, and so probably for you it's a green signal to go, and so since he crossed on
yes,
the red light, so it's a risk
yes,
both for that person and it's also causing you kind of an issue for you as well. Wow.
yes. And that was the car fault because it ran the
Yes, obviously,
red
like
light.
yes,
Yes,
it kind of it ran the red light. So it's not supposed to jump the red
yes,
light when you're supposed
yes,
to stay still. Uh, as usual,
yes,
obviously you've got the green light, the yellow light, and the red light. When it's a red light, it means to
yes,
stop.
yes,
So
yes. Yes,
well, let me check. Yeah, I mean he should have
yes,
stopped. Since the red light.
yes.
Okay, so
Oh,
is that a scratch mark? Oh yeah, and your pant. Oh my God! Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
can see that. I can see your trousers.
yeah.
It's torn. Is that is this a jeans pant? Like is it jeans or is it?
Uh, uh, this future.
Okay, okay, no, I mean like so your bike is which brand your bike, your bike's
Uh,
brand?
the 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 future.
Future, like it's called Future.
Yes,
Okay, okay, it's called
yes.
Future.
Future.
Future, all right. And but luckily, so I think I can see a cut through your leg here, like around the knee area.
yeah,
So I think I can see a cut there around the knee area.
yes,
I think this is the right knee, right? So the right knee. Yeah. So like there's
yes,
there's there's kind of a cut across that this one
yes,
across the knee line. I can see that. Wow.
yes,
That's fortunate. So like, did you have to visit the doctor for this?
yes. And I had traffic accident near the hospital.
Oh, so it is close to the hospital.
Yeah,
Okay. And like, did the driver compensate you like for the accident? Like, did he pay any money, the driver, to you? Because he caused the
yes.
accident, right?
Yeah, they discussed with me, and they give me around $40.
Okay, so around $40, they compensated. And like, did you get some kind of a bandage or something, bandage, or like some sort of a bandage for your injury? Like,
And 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 I went to the hospital, and
yeah.
I repair my motorbike. Total amount $80.
Okay, so for your so in total, like both for the hospital visit and the bike repair, was it $80 in
Yes,
total? Okay, okay. So
yes, total.
okay, like combined with your you could say, bike repair as well as your hospital visit, it costed you around $80.
Yes,
Around 80. Okay,
yes,
okay.
yes, eighty
Wow.
dollars.
Dollars. And did the driver pay for that $80, or did he just pay half of it? How much did the driver pay? Did he pay did he pay all of it, both for your hospital visit as well as for your your bike repair? How much did the driver pay?
Uh, the the car.
Yeah, as in the car driver, right? uh how much
Yes,
did he pay you, like, how much did he compensate you for the accident? How much did he give you?
yes, yes. They they give me $40.
Okay, $40, which means that you had to spend $40 from your own pocket as well, right?
Yes,
So yeah, like they gave you 40, but you also had to spend another $40, like from your own pocket, like
yes,
from your own money.
yeah,
I mean,
yes,
because I think since they caused the injury, they should have paid for all the amount, because it's his
yes,
fault. Why did he kind of jump the red light? He should not have crossed the red light. That's
yes,
that's just common sense. You should take some responsibility, and you should be sensible while driving. I don't know why.
yes,
I don't know what he was thinking, the driver. Fortunately, I'm just happy that it is not a like it is not a major injury, because
yeah,
imagine this: if it is a major injury, right? It's not just the money as
yes,
well. Uh, it also put your health at risk. So I'm
yeah,
just thank God that your injury was not major, because if it's a major injury, it's not just about money. Uh, you know,
yes,
it puts your health at risk. And so when you have a major injury, like, first of all, like, you can no longer work, maybe for, I don't know, 3 4 months. Like, you may not be able to work. And then your mother, your father, they also worry about you. And so like, these are very serious issues. Fortunately, I'm just happy. So did you hit the car, or did the car hit you? Who
yes.
hit whom?
Uh,
So
uh,
did you hit the car, or did the car hit you?
yes. Uh, I uh, I hit the car.
The car, right? Yeah, because obviously, since
Yes,
the car is coming from the wrong direction, so obviously it's
yes,
bound to happen. Yep. And so, I mean,
yes.
and then, okay, at that signal, right? Were there any traffic police at the like, so in the area, right, where like the accident took place? Were there any traffic police in and around that area? Were there any traffic police where
Oh,
that incident happened?
yeah. Oh. was the wasn't uh, the the police wasn't the a- area.
Okay, so the police was not present at the time when it happened.
Yeah, yes,
Okay, okay.
yes,
So, uh, in the junction, or you could say in the signal where it happened, there were no police
yeah,
presence, like no traffic police.
yes,
Okay, okay. And so you had to
yes.
sort of like you had to kind of sort it out yourselves, like deal with that person by yourself, deal with that person. And okay, was the driver was he alone or was he with his family members?
Yes, the the main ride the car.
Okay, and so was there just one person in the car, or were there also other members in the car? Just one person in the car? Like, how many people were there in the car?
Two people in the car.
Okay, okay. So both men, both men.
Man and woman.
Okay, so I think like they were a couple, probably, maybe husband and wife, probably.
Uh, oh yes. Husband and wife.
Uh,
I guess they are around over 60 years old.
oh, okay, okay. So like they're like they're an old couple, elderly couple. They're quite old. Okay, okay. So probably they're I think grandparents. I think since they're 60 plus. All right, so they're quite an old couple.
Yes.
Okay, okay, and maybe it's possible he didn't see the red light. I don't know. It's possible. Maybe he didn't see the red light, or perhaps maybe he was in a hurry or something. But even if you're in a
Yes.
hurry, I think it's always like kind of it's never good to cross the red light because accidents can happen, and nobody wants that.
Yes.
And uh, at what time did the accident take place? Like what time was it when it happened?
Yes. It. I think about 8 o'clock.
In the morning, 8 in the morning.
Yes. Yes. In the morning.
Okay, so that means yesterday while you were going to work, like when you were going to work, it happened.
Yes.
Okay, okay, on your way
Yes.
to
Exactly.
way to the office, and
Yes.
so I think after that you have to inform your like the manager that like ma'am, like, or you could say miss, I'll be late for today's office because of this accident. And so I suppose after the accident you went to the hospital, right? And yesterday, did you go to the office then after your like after maybe getting yourself healed or like kind of getting yourself
Yes.
kind of freed from the hospital
Yes. I went to the hospital immediately.
immediately? And
Yeah.
when were you discharged? At what time were you discharged from the hospital? Like what time did you leave the hospital?
Uh. Uh. Around 11 o'clock.
Okay, okay. And then you went straight to the office after that?
No, no.
You went home?
I went to my home.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it's okay,
And
better.
I repair my mm,
Your
my bike.
bike as well. Okay, and I think
Yeah.
you informed your manager, right? That happened. Your manager was known, like
Yes.
your manager knew
Yes.
what happened.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Yes.
Wow. Uh, like besides this accident, have you ever had any
Yes.
accidents in the past? In the past, okay, like not counting yesterday's accident. Like before this, in the past, have you had any other accidents in the past?
Oh yes. Of course. When I learn to ride motorbike, I
Oh, okay, okay.
I have a
All right.
accident. Yeah.
Okay. So like when you were like during the time, when you were learning how to ride the bike, and then that's when you also had some
Yes.
accidents. But probably those are some minor
Yes.
accidents, I think, not major, my major accident.
Yes.
And I hope, like, for
Yes.
your sake, I just hope it never happens. Like, you never have a
Yes.
major injury. No, nobody wants that. I
Yes.
remember I had a major injury, I think, when I was in India, like, while pursuing my bachelor's degree. And
Yes.
I think it was probably after, at the end of my third year. So actually, like, when I was about to graduate, like, I was like almost coming to the end of like a course. So towards the completion of my course, um, like, we went for an outing, all right. And so I think we took around 4 bikes. So 4 bikes, there were 8 people. So per bike, 2 people on the, like, the motorcycle, all right. So on the motorbike,
Yes.
so per bike, two person, like 2 people. Unfortunately, the person who was driving, like, I was in the back seat. And so what happened was that
Yes.
he tried to cross the, like, he tried to speed, like, there was a dog crossing the street, all right. So the dog was crossing the road.
Oh. Oh.
So yeah, so he wanted to kind of overtake the dog, but when he was speeding, the dog also probably, like, the dog got frightened. And so the dog also ran faster. And so he was speeding, and the dog also ran faster.
Yes.
And so unfortunately, he was trying to overtake from, like, let's say the left side. And then when he was trying to overtake, the dog also was running at a very, like, a high speed. And so we hit the dog, and we fell on the street. And I think around probably like
Oh.
40 50 kilometers. I think probably it was around maybe 40 plus kilometers, like, per hour, the speed. And so when I fell, I kind of tumbled,
Oh.
like, I kind of rolled for probably a couple of times. And then
Yes.
like, this my arm, like, right now, I still have some marks, like, I think the scars from that accident.
Yeah. Oh.
So it happened in 2017. That's when it happened, around 7 years ago.
Oh.
And so,
Yes.
I just felt, like I felt like a bad omen. I didn't want to go, but my friends forced me, and so I had to go along with them. But somehow, like, I had this gut feeling that something will go wrong, and it happened. We had the accident,
Yes.
unfortunately. And so both me and the driver, like, who was kind of carrying me, both of us were injured. For me, I had some injury on my leg and on my hands out here. I think he had
Yes.
some, like, the other friend that who was driving, probably he had, like, two teeth broken. Like,
Yes.
two of his teeth got, like, it broke. My friend, the other guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah, so he was
Yes.
driving, and so probably, he tumbled, like, he rolled more than
Uh,
I did. For me, like, I had some scars here and on my legs as well. But for him, like, he even had, like, his jaws, I think, was broken, and so, like, two of his tooth, like, had to be removed through surgery. Oh,
yes.
unfortunately, what to do? I told him, like, drive carefully, but he didn't listen to me. And so the dog was
Yes.
crossing the road, and he tried to speed up, and, like, overtake
Yes.
the dog. And so when he's trying to overtake the dog, that's when it happened, unfortunately. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh wow, since then I've been quite scared. Like, since then I've been trying, like, I've been very cautious about going on bikes, because with
Yeah.
on bikes, like, especially and at that day as well, one other issue was that we had no helmets. Like, when we're going, right,
Yeah.
we're not wearing helmets that day. And so without helmets, it was even more,
Oh. Yeah.
right. And
Oh.
so imagine if we hit the
Yeah.
head, like, might have died from, like, bleeding or something, or, like, from, like,
Yes.
internal damage. So I just thank God
Yes.
that I didn't have any, like, major injuries. So, like, I just rolled, like, a few
Oh.
times, but fortunately I didn't hit my head, because that day, I
Yes.
wasn't wearing any helmet. In case, if I hit
Oh
my head
my
on,
God.
yeah, if I hit my head on the road, I don't know, I have no idea what would have happened. So yeah, just fortunate. I'm just
Oh.
lucky.
Oh.
I'm really lucky that
I. 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 I yes. That I think you lucky. Yeah.
yeah, I'm lucky. And since then, I've always been wearing helmets. Like, ever since that incident, I don't want to go without helmets. It's very risky. So yeah, I've learned my lesson, I think, from that, from, like, that day onwards. And nowadays, I try to even avoid going with bike if possible. I did think so most of the time. And I make sure that, somebody who's driving, I just make sure that the driver drives safely. I just want that, because there are some people,
Yes.
like, when they drive, they like to show off. showing off like the thing, like driving, like going speed and just turning those things. Those guys are very risky to go with them because they want to show off and like they want to show their skills. And so in those
yes,
circumstances, it can cause major accidents. And so I get worried about that,
yes,
and that's why I'm always careful, with whom I'm going. I make sure that the person who's driving
yes.
drives carefully. So yeah, that's
Oh,
that's what I try
yes.
to kind of try to manage. It's risky though with
Yes.
those people. And what did the parents say about your injury? Your parents, what did they say?
Oh, so the
Yeah, what did they say?
the and m- my parents told me I'm I'm bad at driving because I myself a phone.
Yourself, a phone.
They because
I didn't get the message.
because uh, uh, my parents told me my driving skill are weak
Okay, okay, like your
because iPhone.
okay, okay, like you fell, right? You fell on the this one. Okay, okay,
Yes,
but
yes,
I think you did a good job because you kind of averted, or you kind of avoided like a major
yes,
accident. Because like, did you kind of like put the brakes on? Like, did you brake your bike, like put the brakes on when the car came at you? Like, did you like hold your brakes, your brake?
yes,
Okay, okay. I mean, because that's the only way to stop yourself, right? Let's say you're going in his direction,
yes,
and if the car's coming from the other direction, let's say he's coming at a very like a high speed, and so like you have not the choice. You have to just kind of move away, like move to the side, or like just brake. So
yes.
that's the only way to kind of avoid
So
the collision. Yeah. And so,
yes.
which side did you move? Like, did you move to the right side, or to the left side? To the right side or to the left
Uh,
side?
uh, uh, right side.
Okay,
Yes,
and that's why you have an injury on your right leg.
yes,
Okay, okay.
yes,
That thing. So like you have to kind of go to the right side, and so that's where that like, and so the car hit you probably on the legs that out there. Yeah, this one.
yes.
And what car was a driver driving? Like, what car was he driving?
Here, here, Toyota.
Toyota car. Okay, yeah. Most,
Yes,
yeah, like in the developing countries, in these countries who are developing, most people they tend to buy Toyota cars
yes,
because they're quite efficient. So yeah, people buy the car for
yes,
for
yes,
efficiency. Yeah, yeah, that's okay. Good to know.
yes.
Hmm. Now let me think. What else was okay? Okay. Yeah. You're that. So is it like a? Okay. So I think you're. Let me see. Is it like a proper? Yeah, it's a bike, right? Okay. So how much did your bike cost? Your motorcycle? Like, what is the cost of the bike?
Uh, yes. That around uh 1,500
$100.
dollars.
Okay. So $1,500. That's the cost of your
Yes,
bike. Okay. And like
yes,
so that means in Bangladesh should be around how much? 1,50,000 taka. Yeah, so like, yeah, almost about the same. So probably you get like an average one. And so when it comes to imports, or when you purchase bikes, right? Uh, how much tax does the government charge on those bikes? Like, how much tax do you have to pay on those bikes?
yes. 10%.
10%. Okay, okay, 10%.
Yes.
Because in Bangladesh it's quite costly. Like, I think, let me just check. In Bangladesh, probably, perhaps it's like, let's see, um, tax on bike in Bangladesh. Let's see how much. I think it's around, yeah, this one. So around 150%, probably around 150%. So it's quite costly actually. Um,
one 150%.
yeah, 150% tax
Wow.
on the bike cost probably.
Mm.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
yeah, it's quite what is the tax on, okay, what is tax on, let's say 150cc bike, right? That's the like the common bike that people use. Oh, sort, let's see. So yep, on 150cc bike it's around 61% tax. 61%. And let's see if it's 125cc, how much is that?
Oh, oh.
Yeah, it's quite huge actually. Okay, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so any bike that is between 50 to 250cc, all right, from 50 to 250cc. Okay, so any bike
Mm.
from 50 to
Yes.
250cc, they can range from probably like so if bikes are in this cc range, it can be probably from like
Yes.
50 to 150%, I think. So somewhere around from 50 to 150%.
Yes.
So this much, it's quite a lot actually.
Oh, yeah.
So I've seen some bikes, when they import, like the cost is around probably, let's say, in India it's quite cheap actually. But when they
Yes.
bring the same bike to Bangladesh, because of the tax,
Yeah.
kind of levied or levied on the bikes, you could say
Yes.
the cost goes up like a way more. Example, for example, okay, let's say a bike costs $1,500, just like what you said. All right, in Bangladesh,
Yes.
if they bring it, it will probably cost around $3,000 to $4,000, around $3,000 to $4,000, the same bike, because of the tax.
Oh,
Yeah. So although the
but
oh, yeah,
yeah.
so although the original cost is just $1,500, unfortunately, because of the tax that the government imposes on those bikes, when you buy the final like kind of bike, the product, you'll have to pay around like over $3,000 just to get the bike.
Yes.
Because of the tax, unfortunately. that's that's the
Very
problem.
high.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yes.
very costly in Bangladesh. But if you're an Indian citizen, right? So if you're a citizen of India, in that case, it's a lot cheaper. Because in India, like the tax is quite low for bikes, like for two-wheelers, it's very low. And so if you buy those kind of the Yamaha, like let's say like R1, like 115, or let's say Yamaha like 110cc bikes, whatever, they're kind of not that costly.
Yes.
It's like affordable in India, but in Bangladesh, like if you want to buy like a really good bike, then you have to spend a lot of money for that. It's kind of quite costly in that case, yeah. So yeah, that's the thing. And even cars, like even cars, right? The cars, like the tax. Let me just check on the tax on cars in Bangladesh. Tax on cars in Bangladesh. It's around, how much is it? I think around, okay, so let's see. What is the tax? Oh, all right. So if it's 1,500cc car, then you pay around 25,000, like kind of. So which means that you pay around $250 tax on that. But that's just official. Okay, that's like the official tax. But there are some,
Yeah.
let's when it's corruption, and so for that you have
Yeah.
to pay a lot more to purchase those cars.
Yes.
So yeah, like both for like, so when it comes to kind of vehicles, both for your bikes as well as for the cars, the government charges a lot of tax on those vehicles. And
Yes.
that's why in a country there's so much corruption, like at all levels. uh both
Yes. Of
both
course.
from like both from, if you talk about let's say government employees, to like the, let's say, transport, and any other sector, like it could be education, it could be in technology, like the IT sector, right? So in any sector that you talk about, let's say, even if you talk about the corporate sector as well, like there's a lot of corruption goes on. So that's why in our country
Yes.
it's we're kind of lagging behind. Like the people are hardworking, but because of the
Yes.
mismanagement of the like the government as well as the probably the country's like politicians. That's why our country is
yes.
still very poor, Bangladesh. And I think in that regard, your country is much better, like Vietnam, because probably I think
Oh, yes,
your government is like this, like your government rules, like the country in a much like better way than what Bangladesh does. I think
yes,
so.
yes,
So you should be happy in that regard because Bangladesh, that's why like every year, many people, like a lot of people, they leave the country, like they leave Bangladesh. Most
yes.
people,
Oh,
they give the IELTS exam, which is the obviously the International English Language Testing System exam, and then they go
yes.
abroad. They go to probably like Germany, USA, Canada,
Oh,
the
yes,
UK,
yes,
Australia, New Zealand. All right, because
yes,
uh, most people, like they want to earn, like honestly, and like earn the money like based on their skill and performance. But in Bangladesh, like
yes,
even if you're talented, like if you don't have connections or networks, like there's no
yes,
future. And so like in a country, more than talent,
yes,
you would
yes,
require, like kind of people who are like influential. So in a
yes,
country, just talent itself is not enough. You have to have some people, like some connections. You have to know some people. So yeah, that's how the country is. And that's why even for me, like I'm trying a lot to go abroad, because in my country, in Bangladesh, like the future is like quite bleak. The future is like
yes,
quite dark, you could say. There isn't much future in Bangladesh. And that's why even me,
yes,
I'm trying my best to go like some other country where my skills will be much more, like where my skills will be like utilized properly in some other country.
yes,
I'm trying to do that. So yeah, like I don't know, maybe in the future, if I can go out some other country, earn money, I might visit
yes,
Vietnam. Like I might go to Vietnam for like a vacation, probably in the
yes.
future.
I hope so. Yeah,
Yeah, like but remember, like, so if I do ever visit Vietnam, I will call you, okay? Like, or I will knock you on WhatsApp. I'll be like,
yes,
hey Khan, I'm coming to Vietnam for a visit. Can you
yes,
kind of meet up with me or something? I might
yes.
visit any spot.
Exactly. Yes,
So let's see. If things work out, I'll try to earn some money in the next 5 to 10 years, and then maybe travel some countries, like go for
yes,
some vacation or something. That's the plan. So yeah, like that's why, like for everything, like just like like every country, they have like people who are talented, all right? So
yes,
same for us, we also have like a lot of talented people in Bangladesh, but like they all go abroad, like they live for some other country. Why?
yes,
Because of this, like the mismanagement and the corruption. And
yes,
so since their skills are not properly utilized, that's why people, they just leave for some other country. They just go, they don't stay in
yes,
the country anymore. I've seen many people, like especially who study like engineering.
yes,
They just go to like America or some other country. They don't stay here.
yes.
That's one. What about your country, Vietnam? Like, do the people from the country like live for other countries?
I think some everyone also live our my country.
Okay, like some
Yes, people. Yes, some
Okay, so
because
that
the salary in UK or US SA very high.
okay, like okay,
Mm.
understood. So compared to your country, they're much higher, and so
Yes,
they kind of immigrate to those countries or go to the countries to work there. Okay, but
yes,
I think, yep.
exactly. Yes,
But I think in comparison, your country, I think in terms of like the immigration, I think it's lower than Bangladesh. In Bangladesh, like every day people just leave, like and so it's like an
yes,
everyday occurrence. And so I think in a way, like try to work hard, and maybe like hopefully you'll have like a bright future. Hopefully you'll have like a bright future. I really hope, for
yes,
you, for your sake. um and you
yes,
see, like compared to your first class, I think you're able to talk a lot more now. If you've like kind of realized that or not,
yes,
I'm not sure, but I think if you see, compared to the first session that we
yes,
had, now you can speak a lot more actually.
yes,
So yes, there is still room for improvement when it comes to pronunciation,
yes,
but in terms of the overall fluency, I think you've
mm,
kind of you've kind of improved by leaps and bounds. Like you've made a lot of improvement when
yes,
it comes to your fluency, because you're able to construct
mm,
sentences and answer them like in a proper manner, like sequentially. Obviously, yeah, you can still work on the pronunciation. That'll take time, but in terms of your fluency and answering the like the statements or the questions, you've come a long way. I think like
yes,
like it's way
mm,
better than when we had the first class, like our first session. So I think yeah,
yes,
you've made a lot of improvement compared to the first session that we had probably like a month or so back. So like you should be proud of
yes,
yourself and keep pushing. And I think eventually, maybe after a few months, you'll get to that level. And I think then
yes,
you'll also get jobs in probably in the international companies. I think they'll call you, like they'll hire
yes,
you probably. They'll give you jobs. I
mm,
think. Yeah. So I really hope that thing that
yes.
like for your sake. Have you had a dinner? Your dinner?
Yes, I I just have a dinner with my friend.
In like in the restaurant?
Oh yes, in the restaurant.
Okay, okay. Because all right. So on your way back home, you just had dinner with your friend, like in a restaurant.
Yes,
Okay,
exactly.
and when you came back, like when you reached home, did you have like did you take a bath when you reached home?
Uh, 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 uh I do you know snail?
Uh,
Snail.
snail, snail,
Yes, yes,
snail.
snail.
This one? Yes, yes.
Snail.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Oh, you had that for dinner.
Yes.
Okay, nice, nice. Even us, so like us, like the like our folks, so the indigenous people, like indigenous people that live here in this like in this region. All right, we do have this kind of this food.
Ye-
We have like snail, crab,
Yes.
and other like kind of food which are kind of a bit exotic compared to maybe the more mainstream food. So yes, even as we had
Yes.
food like this, snail, and even things like
Yes.
maybe let's say bamboo shoot or even cricket. You know
Yes.
cricket? Have you heard this cricket? It's an insect, like an animal cricket.
Cricket.
Cricket, yeah, cricket. And it's an insect. I'll just show you. So let me just kind of share the thing. This one, cricket. So it's an insect.
Cricket. Food.
Yeah, like
Or
it's
uh,
this one. So
the name same
copy
the
image. Yeah. So
s-
like I'll just I'll just
same
share.
the spot.
Yeah. So like this one. It's called cricket, and let me just this one. Okay. So do you know this? Like just check your WhatsApp. You can see that image. This one. This insect, cricket.
Oh.
You know this insect,
Oh.
cricket.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Like
I know it,
okay, like they live underground.
but but I never eat
Okay, like
yet.
the cricket. It's quite delicious actually. It's quite tasty. It's quite delicious, and so
Yes.
I enjoy it. Like it's a very like it's got a very good taste. I actually enjoy it.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
like for example, um, how would I put it? Like they live underground, right? Like they kind of make holes on the ground, and so you have to kind of like dig them up. You have to dig them, and
Yes.
sometimes you also even have to put water inside those kind of holes where they live, so
Yes.
that they come out. And when they come out, you kind of catch them, like kind of maybe put them in a bucket, and then
Yes.
like kind of process them and cook them. Like
Yes.
maybe like you can kind of fry them, or you can kind of maybe like make a curry or something. It's quite tasty actually,
Oh.
and so I enjoy
Yes.
it. Yep. So like snail, cricket, and many other food, like which are kind of which are not mainstream, like they're quite exotic.
Yes.
But
Yes.
because we belong to the like these groups, the indigenous groups. We're indigenous. like to this
yes,
this region, and so we also eat a lot of
yes,
foods which are uncommon, nothing which others don't eat.
yes,
So there are some food we eat which the Bengalis don't eat, but we eat them.
yes,
So because we
yes,
are kind of useless kind of the cuisine, all right, and so
yes,
we enjoy them. Those crickets, you get them twice a year. You get them once in the like the monsoon when it's raining, like during the rainy season, and another time you get them in winter, like before the onset of winter you get them. So twice a year you can catch them and eat them. Those crickets,
yes.
I like them a lot.
Wow.
And so those snails, what's the cost of snails per kilo, like per kg in Vietnam? How much is it per kg?
Oh, per per kilo.
Yes, per kilo.
I I think that around mm, that around $5 for 1 kilo.
1 kilo, $5.
Yes,
Yeah, I think it's the same. Let me just check in Bangladesh. Snail cost. Yeah. I think it's around the same. Maybe around $5. I think.
yes.
How much is it? Snails. Okay, it's around $1.
Oh, $1 for 1 kilo.
Yes, I think per kilogram. I think it's kind of cheap. Maybe it's a bit cheaper. Let's see.
Oh,
Snail's price.
very
Yeah,
cheap. Yeah.
probably. Okay, so it
Yes,
depends on the season. So like if it's during the season, like when it's during the season,
yes,
it's a lot cheaper. But
yes,
if it's off season, if it's off season, then
yes,
it's a bit costlier. So it depends.
yes,
I think during the summer and the monsoon season, like when it's raining. So during the summer and monsoon season, it's a bit
yes,
cheaper. But I think at other times it's a bit costlier. So it depends on the
yes,
like the a- availability. So like if it's like readily available, then it's a bit cheaper. But if it's not readily available, then it's a bit costlier. So it depends on whether it's
yes,
available or not. So it depends on the availability. Okay, so it depends on it. Yeah. Um, for me, I'm gonna have lunch after. Sorry, I'm gonna have my dinner after this class with you. So I'll have the session, like I'll have my
yes,
dinner after the lesson with you. Wow, like in
yes,
college, so I came back home on the 11th, like as in I reached here on the 11th morning, and like if you recall,
yes,
like
yes, exactly.
our last class we had, like I think last was it when was it on Thursday, right? We had the class. No, was it on Friday or Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. So like
Oh,
we had the last
yes,
session on Thursday night, right? Like last Thursday, and
yes,
since then like slowly the temperature it has been increasing, like slowly it has been rising.
yes,
Right now I'm sweating because
yes,
it's very hot, like in
yes. So
in my hometown.
very hot.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the temperature has been going up steadily, up and up, so it's very hot right now. Yeah.
Oh,
And
oh, oh, oh. The teacher.
yes.
Wh- what what gift did you receive on your birthday?
What did I receive on a birthday?
Yes,
uh like nothing much. They just people just wished me like a happy birthday. Yes. So same, just like you, um, like another student of mine, he also kind of gifted me 1,000 one like $10 for my birthday,
yes,
just like you, or like
yes,
one like another student of mine. All right, but for the rest
yes,
of the people, they just kind of wished me. They wished me kind of happy birthday and other things. Yeah, that's what they did. So nothing too fancy. So like
yes,
they just wished me like birthday wishes, like the well wishes for my
yes,
birthday, and I didn't celebrate like a little. Like, it's kind of just simple. I just went around having food because during these
yes,
festivals when we have like so for Chakmas, like that's my father's community or like my father's tribe.
yes,
They celebrate Bizu on the 13th, and then for my mother's side, like the mother's tribe, which who are Marmas, they celebrate on the 14th. And so people are playing, like they're playing some kind of games. So
yes,
to, like games which are traditional games, and as well as kind of like things like the water festival. So on the 14th we had the water festival in
yes,
like in our area. The water festival on the 14th, and people go out, like people go to, like, let's say neighbor's house, and they eat kind of food at those places.
yes,
Example,
yes,
people cook mixed vegetable, and so people like invite each other. Let's say like I'll
yes,
invite you, or you kind of invite somebody else. And so yeah,
yes,
during this kind of week, so yesterday was the last day, like officially when
yes,
it ended. And so for the past 1 week, people have been, kind of inviting each other, going to each
yes,
other's house and kind of eating, having food, eating
yes,
maybe like, a watermelon, then maybe some sweets, and also let's say meat. And some people also enjoy like alcohol, like whoever take, some like alcohol, like it could be some foreign brands or some local made alcohol. So
yes,
yeah, that's how people have enjoyed when with their friends basically.
yes.
For me this
And
year,
and in in the Vietnam, when birthday, we usually buy a case and l- blowing out the candles.
okay,
Uh,
so
uh, yes.
cake.
Uh, yes. You buy this you buy case.
No, no, I didn't buy a cake. Like I just, I didn't kind of celebrate, extravagantly. So it was just like a,
Yes.
just you could say ordinary kind of a celebration. Nothing too out of the blue. So
Yes.
yes, you could say that. Um, like my birthday was kind of simple, nothing too fancy. So like
Yes.
it was a simple birthday. That's how I
Yes.
celebrated my birthday. Like there were no cakes. Last year I think we did have a cake. Last year I celebrated with a cake in Dhaka. But
Oh
this year,
yes.
yeah, this year right now, like I'm in my hometown, and here nothing fancy. Just people just wished me, and that's it. But yeah, like I've seen, like nowadays most people, it's kind of like a
Yes.
tradition whereby people buy cakes and they blow the candles. So like on the cake there are some kind of those candles, and people blow the
Yes.
candles. Like that's kind of what people do. Like it's kind of
Yes.
the kind of
Yes.
almost like a